This is not a video I thought I'd be making, and the fact that I am, I think says a lot more about the world right now than really anything else. So, not enough preamble. I'm still going to run the intro, but yeah, let's just get into it.
Not the leader of a cult, rabbit with axe.
Greetings, demons, and welcome to a bit of a weird discussion video for me. I don't usually talk politics on this channel. I do have a channel that I talk politics, though I'm not very active over there. I think that this is important, however, to actually talk about, because it does, in a way, connect to one game in particular, that being Fortnite, and can spread out to various other games and gaming communities out there. So I think it is worth talking about in the context of video games. And if you don't know what I'm on about, I'm obviously talking about the recent actions of one Elon Musk, the ex-owner and Tesla owner and PayPal creator who no longer owns PayPal and stuff like that. You may know him for various different things. I think most people know him as either the Tesla guy, the SpaceX guy, or the guy who bought X, Twitter, whatever. And yeah, I think the general consensus is that he's not the best. Though I believe that in the tech industry in general, the tech community, he's not exactly hated, just not necessarily loved. So I'm going to first off just point out my personal leanings. I don't like him. I have been a firm Elon disliker, if not hater, for going on probably 4 or 5 years. The exact timeline is a little bit fuzzy in my head, but essentially since the submarine rescue that he attempted, whenever that was, so it might even be longer than 5 years ago, I'm not actually completely sure on the timeline, but it's been a while that I have not been a fan of Elon Musk. I have had an active dislike of Tesla due to the actions of Elon Musk, and also a few of the stereotypes that have been associated with owners of Tesla vehicles, and that does lead in to what we're actually talking about, because if you didn't already know, Elon Musk recently, at Trump's inauguration, did the Nazi salute. You may also know it as the Roman salute, as it was traditionally, or the Sieg Heil or Sieg Heil, depending on your pronunciation. I will not be calling it any of those things. I'll just be referring to it as the salute, as I know that even saying it just then is probably going to flag some things out within YouTube, but it is important to say exactly what he did, because that is exactly what he did. And if you don't know what that salute represents, it is a symbol used by the German National Party during World War II, a symbol of Hitler's followers, essentially. And Elon Musk did it on stage, on live TV, during Donald Trump's inauguration. I don't think I need to really explain that further to kind of push how insane that is in today's day and age. The fact that a symbol like that a salute of that kind, would not only be done, in public, but on live television, done by the richest or one of the richest people on the planet. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around, and honestly, I have spent a good number of hours. I actually found out about this while I was still at work, so I've just been mulling this over while I was, finishing my job. It's kind of insane to think about. And the reason why this comes into the gaming sphere for me, and I did say that I would lead into it with the whole Tesla talk, is that we somewhat recently got the Tesla Cybertruck in both Fortnite and Rocket League as a vehicle body. And, at the time when that first came out, I didn't really love that was a thing. I didn't love that Tesla were getting this extra promo, whether it was paid or not, in Fortnite and Rocket League. But at the end of the day, it was a free promotion at the time that did then return to the item shop for a paid price. I don't necessarily have an issue with Epic wanting to collaborate with different car manufacturers. I love myself a McLaren, I love myself a BMW or a VW or, any other thing. A Ford, if you brought a Ford in, that would be great. I love all these real-life car brands being brought into both Rocket League and Fortnite. I think it's a really cool thing, and it is good to represent electric vehicles as well. And I just wish Tesla wasn't the first electric vehicle, and so far the only electric vehicle in those games. That being said, The reason why I think that it's relevant to bring it all together is the fact that right now we have in Fortnite and Rocket League a representation of the man Elon Musk. It is his kind of idea child, whatever you want to call it. The Cybertruck was designed by him. It's a design that is very much his passion project, and in more ways than any other Tesla vehicle or product, represents Elon Musk himself. And I think that is wrong, and I think that is kind of horrific that we would have a representation of someone who just did a pretty horrific act on live television. And I'm sure that many people will point to and say that it's not as bad as what other people have done, as what other, people that have been featured in Fortnite have done, people that have created things for Fortnite have done, and I'm not defending other people's actions here. There are various people who have been, accused of some pretty serious crimes within the Fortnite community and the creator space, as well as people who have designed content for Fortnite itself. The Harmony Lee situation comes to mind, with that entire outfit just being scrapped due to the actions of the designer. And I think that it is wrong to, just because worse people exist and worse actions have been, perpetrated, to say that what Elon has done is right and that it doesn't mean that Epic should take action. At the end of the day, Epic is a front-facing company, is a community-driven company, and most importantly, is a company that produces a game multiple games at this point, played by millions of people, many of which are children. What kind of message does it send to have a vehicle designed, first and foremost, by a neo-Nazi in their game? I personally don't think it gives the right impression. And I'm saying this as someone who does currently, right now, if I go into my locker, I will find out my SUV slot is the Cybertruck. Not because I necessarily like it, because I don't really. I think it's kind of a terrible design for a vehicle, but because it's one of the two bodies I have for the SUV. They have not produced many SUV bodies. I think there is currently 4 in the game as of right now. It might be 3. And one of them is the Cybertruck. And with it being free for everyone, it does mean that most people are going to have that as their only SUV body. I'm not blaming people for running it. I'm not saying that if you do run it and continue to run it in the future, that you are representing the same things that Elon himself represents. But I think Epic need to really have a hard look at them having it in the game and consider whether it is actually worth representing those ideas in any form. We've already had controversies surrounding outfits like Rue in the past for looking a little bit too much like World War II German soldiers, despite Rue is a French spy-style skin. That is a digression I don't really want to go on, but we've already seen Epic make moves to go against ideas that, they are representing that ideology or that military style from that era. And I think that is only right that they would continue that thought into removing the Cybertruck permanently. And I mean that both as never selling it in the item shop again, but also making it disabled within the game, taking it out of people's lockers. And sure, that would probably mean having to give anyone that actually paid money for it a refund, but I think that is the best case scenario, and honestly, I think it's the right thing to do. So, they're my thoughts. That's my entire take on this situation. I think what Elon has done is just horrific, and the message it sends to the world is abysmal. I'm not American. If you can't tell by my accent, I am British. I am not affected directly by, the Trump presidency. You won't hear me talking about that on this channel, because it doesn't directly affect me, at least not currently. But what does is the richest man on the earth, someone who produces vehicles that are used across the planet. Just today, I was in traffic behind a Tesla vehicle. This is not something that is just an America issue. nor is it something that we should just ignore. We need to have a strong look at ourselves and really decide what we want to be representing, both in our video games and on our roads and everything else. Because when a public figure, when the world's richest man, when an owner of a social media platform, the owner of an electric car company, and a government contractor with NASA through SpaceX, when that kind of person is throwing those sorts of symbols, when they are throwing up that specific salute, I think it paints a very, very bad picture for the entire state of the world. But on that low note, that is going to be it for this video. I'm not going to ask for the YouTube pleasantries. I don't think that is right on a video like this. I will also be disabling manually the YouTube monetization because I don't want to profit off this video. I just want people to see it, discuss it, and hopefully push Epic to take action. Because it's only through talking about situations like this that anything will be done. And I think something really does need to be done. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.